I promise you've never seen anything like this before. A tale of miracles, defiance, and divine intervention. This is the story of Moses. Born into the harsh desert lands, Moses' life began with a desperate quest for survival. His mother, Jochebed, faced with the decree that every newborn Hebrew boy must be killed, made a desperate choice. She set baby Moses afloat on the Nile in a basket. But why? Because even amidst fear, she believed in destiny. Therefore, the basket drifted on the waters, only to be discovered by Pharaoh's daughter, a royal figure, as she bathed in the river. Here was the twist: a Hebrew child raised in the grand palaces of the Egyptian Empire. Imagine growing up with the wisdom of two worlds, the slave quarters and the regal courts. Moses grew into a man of dual identity, but this duality tore at him. He witnessed the suffering of his kin, the Hebrews under the yoke of slavery, and felt a calling within. One fateful day, he saw an Egyptian beating a Hebrew, and in a fit of rage and brotherly solidarity, Moses struck the Egyptian down. But this act of bittersweet justice marked him as a fugitive. Therefore, Moses fled into the wilderness of Midian, escaping the vengeance of Pharaoh, leaving behind privilege and risking everything. In Midian, where new beginnings were forged, Moses found shelter. He met Jethro, a priest of Midian, and married his daughter Zipporah, living a humble life as a shepherd tending to flocks. But you see, Moses' destiny lay far beyond the plains of Midian. One day, as he ventured near Horeb, the mountain of God, something extraordinary happened. A bush engulfed in flames that did not burn, an encounter with the divine presence. From the fiery depths, God spoke to Moses, commissioning him to return to Egypt, to free his people from bondage. "Go," said the voice of God. "Tell them I am has sent you." Thus began a journey that would shape history. Returning to Egypt was no easy feat. Imagine walking into the realm of your enemies as a solitary emissary. But Moses, armed with divine signs, confronted Pharaoh, demanding the release of the Hebrews. Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and his refusal set the stage for a battle of wills and wonders. The plagues came, each a testament to the power beyond earthly rulers, from water turning to blood, to plagues of frogs, lice, and locusts. But each was met with stubborn resistance. Despite this, Moses' unwavering determination was unbreakable. Finally, the Passover night arrived. The Hebrews, forewarned by Moses, placed lamb's blood over their doorways, sheltering them from the final plague, the death of the firstborn. Egypt mourned, and Pharaoh's defiance was shattered. "Go," he demanded, and thus began the Exodus, a mass departure so profound it would echo through ages. The Israelites followed Moses into the unknown, but freedom lay across the sea. Trapped by the pursuing Egyptian army, hope seemed lost at the shores of the Red Sea. But then, in a display of divine power, the waters parted under Moses' staff, creating a path for the oppressed to walk on dry land. So it was, with waters rising like walls beside them, Moses led the Israelites to safety. And yet, this was not the end. It was a beginning, a new covenant between God and his chosen people. Moses led them to Mount Sinai, where he would receive the commandments, laws that would guide the nation. Though the journey was fraught with trials and tests of faith, each step was testament to a life destined for greatness. From the luxury of palaces to the humbling sands of the desert, Moses' tale was one of transformation, proving that even in the midst of chaos, faith and fortitude could redefine one's path. By the time they reached the Promised Land, Moses, standing on Mount Nebo, gazed upon the horizon of destiny he would not enter, but had led others towards with unwavering courage. This is the story of Moses, an enduring legacy of freedom.